ESPN's coverage of NASCAR Nextel Cup Series on ABC. Brought to you by the Ford F-150, built Ford tough, and Shell, made to move.
Back at Talladega, setting up for a typical Talladega finish. We are under caution for the ninth time. Right front tire. Michael Waltrip said he cut a right front. Watch the 55 go up and just get Elliott Sadler the 19. The 96 and the 16 are swept into it as Sadler comes across, and he will come up and get the front end there of last week's winner, Greg Biffle.
Hate to see that happen too, because Michael had a great car. Been through a lot of bad luck this year. Really did deserve this one, but we heard the tire go down and then up into the wall.
Despite all that contact, Elliott Sadler able to climb out of his car okay. Hard hits. Now let's go back and show you the Tony Stewart situation. He was trying to come across the bottom of the racetrack in front of one line of drafting cars and move back up. Now watch a 20 car.
He sees Jimmy Johnson down there, tries to block him and get a little push. No, I'm going to go up here in front of the 12 car.
Man, there's no way, because the 2 car and the 12 car, they're a dead draft lock, and they just blow his doors off. Look how fast he went past him. That's what happened when you get that draft thing going on. That's a big speed.
Taking them right on by. You're watching ESPN on ABC. Back at Talladega, pace car pulling away. It's going to be an 8-lap shootout here. Newman, Busch, 2 Penske drivers. Remember, Roger Penske has never won a restrictor plate race. Won Pablo Montoya. He finished second at the Brickyard 400 for Ganassi and Sabatis. Jimmy Johnson back in 4th spot. Here they come to the green flag. 4 Dodges in the top 5. That's the 27 car that was being shown in 19th position. Jacques Villeneuve, despite contact with the wall and a black flag for radio problems, was still being shown on the lead lap in the top 20.
He's done a really good job today. Kept the car out of trouble.
Here comes Stewart.
And he's got to do it right now with 8 laps to go. They got to get this second lane working right now. Dave?
Michael Waltrip stands by outside his Toyota that tried to win today. Michael, what happened in turn 1?
Just had a flat tire. Went in there and it went down on the inner liner and started to turn, and it just blew the rest of the way out. Unfortunate, the Napa Best Western Klausner Furniture Camry was good, and I was having a great time. It was fun to be up front again. It's a much better view up there.
He started up front, ended the day early, guys, but a great day for the 55.
Top 5 single file, but they are 3 wide, mixing it up in that second pack. 6th on back. Jeff Gordon is there. Jimmy Johnson, there's Jeff Gordon in front of Casey Mears, his teammate.
And they got to stay hooked bumper to bumper right now. Mike Wallace up in the wall, holds on to it, skims the right rear quarter panel up in the car, doesn't lose it, does a good job holding on to that car.
Great job by Mike Wallace to hang on. There goes Kevin Harvick sailing by.
So right now Stewart and Casey Mears back in what was the second pack, trying to get some speed and caught back up. These guys are lining back up single file. And if they stay there like that, nobody's going to pass anybody. Somebody's got to make a move here.
These 3 Dodges out front. These Dodge motors are really strong.
We talked earlier about how Ray Abraham was telling us that the power band of the Dodge engine really suits this RPM range. Dodges are running great today.
Folks, Dodge is due in 76 races here at Talladega. Dodge has only won 3 times. They won in 1969. Richard Brickhouse did it. Richard Petty won in 74. And Dave Marcus won in 76. And here comes the bottom line, though. Jimmy Johnson in the Chevy now, trying to move to the inside. And his teammates right behind him. There's Gordon, Mears, and, of course, Tony Stewart.
And you see the 2 teammates of Ryan Newman and Kurt Busch up top. Well, guess what? In the bottom lane, they got 3 teammates lined up. And 3 are generally better than 2. And they're getting hooked up in draft lock. Take a look at the 48 of Jimmy Johnson and all the Hendrick guys right to the front.
4 Dodges up high, 4 Chevrolets down low. And Jimmy Johnson gets pushed right by the 12 car of Newman to take the lead.
Newman and Busch got to figure what just happened right there, man. We were just leading the race. We just got shuffled.
The 25 is basically blocking a little bit right now for the 24. He's got to help his teammates out. He can't move. If he moves, he's going to go to the back of the pack, and then he's got to deal with Tony Stewart, and none of them want to deal with him right now.
They want to win a race, but they also want to win the chase for the Nextel Cup. Mears looking. Here's Tony Stewart looking to the inside. He shoves Mears up high. Stewart takes a spot away.
And now the game's getting ready to change right now. The top lane with the 12 and the 2 could get hooked back up, but Mears is out of it right now. Back to the bottom. And now they got to worry about the 20 now.
Mears just blinked. He looked to the outside just for 1 second. Tony Stewart took that spot.
Now Jeff Gordon right on the rear bumper. Gordon, who's hung at the back of the pack throughout the day to try to stay safe. Gordon there watching the 20 car.
Here comes Stewart on the outside.
No help right now.
Oh, this is not looking good right now. You see the 12 and the 2 lining up behind Stewart. And they got a lot of momentum on that top side. It's anybody's game right now.
Tony Stewart in the middle there doesn't have a lot of drafting help. Has trying to get back in line. Blaney won't let him. Edwards won't let him. Hamlin won't let him.
Here comes the Dodge Surge on the top.
Newman, Busch, Montoya, 3 Dodges hooked up nose to tail. Trying to reel in the Chevy brigade on the left side.
Just about the time you thought you had the top lane clear, here comes the top lane back right now. And Jimmy Johnson and Gordon got to deal with the really strong Penske cars right now.
3 laps to go in this crowd of over 150,000 on their feet. Give a call to Tony Raines in that wreck a little while ago, still hanging on to the 96 car. Great job for Tony Raines back there in the DLP Chevy.
Tony Stewart kind of gets shuffled up in the top lane behind Kurt Busch right now. This is the very first time for the COT cars, Andy. I mean, what are these drivers going to do? You know, I never drove one of these cars before, and this is the first time for these guys here. What type of move you want to make, I think, is a big question.
Well, it looks to me like Jimmy Johnson's got it, pretty well in hand, but you got to think that Jeff Gordon's sitting back there. He's making his plans for the last lap here.
Well,
2 laps to go.
Right now with the 48 car, Jimmy Johnson leading. On the last lap, he's going to have to throw his teammate away. He's just going to block these guys off. And heck with the relationship right now. When I see the white flag, it's game over, baby. I'm looking after myself right now.
When they tested here, they said, we do not want to be the lead car in the draft because you're a sitting duck. Today, it's worked both ways. You've been able to stay there. You've been passed pretty easily. What are these guys going to do?
That last time by, you saw the 22 car, Dave Blaney, really give a good shove right in front of Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon has really got a good shove by Blaney that time, and that's what Gordon needed. Jimmy
Johnson doing a great job right here, using that draft to his advantage. He's watching that mirror, keeping that 24 car square in his bumper.
197 miles an hour. They take the white flag 3 wide. Here comes Tony Stewart up on the high side.
And the white flag is out. It's waving 3 wide.
Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon trying to hang on the bottom, drafting help from behind with Blaney in the Toyota. Up high, Tony Stewart gets help from Casey Kane.
That's 4 wide down the back straightaway. Hamlin on the inside.
Here comes Gordon on the outside.
Jeff Gordon has moved up in front of Tony Stewart to get the push by. Jeff Gordon, a 5-time Talladega winner. He knows how to get it done. He hung at the back of the pack all day long. He pulls up, and Tony Stewart pushes him by as they come down. Jeff Gordon trying to hang on. 2 wide, 3 wide behind him. Gordon on the bottom of the racetrack. Jimmy Johnson second, and Jeff Gordon takes the win at Talladega.
Unbelievable. The car tomorrow. Great race at the very end. Man, what a move out of Jeff Gordon. He just threw his teammate out, went for it by himself.
That was impressive.
I knew he had something up his sleeve. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Steve Letarte said, stay calm. We have
Great
another
job,
caution.
Jeff.
Look at the emotion of Jeff Gordon in the car.
What a win for Jeff Gordon.
Buddy, you did it for us, buddy. You're the man. This team is awesome. Way to hang in there all day. Woo! Man, I'm excited.
And he better be excited.
Stuff.
I'd be excited too. All his teammates work together. Help them win that race, guys.
He got the point lead too.